Hello guys, LukeJ speaking. Before we begin this book review of Priceless Memories, we'd like to dedicate this episode to Bob Barker, the author of this book, of this Priceless Memories book, who sadly passed away today at the age of 99. Now, for this episode, I'd like to read you for the next 7 episodes of Priceless Memory book reviews. I'm going to read you the last 6 chapters of the book. And then after this is over, I'm going to give out the recaps and thoughts of the book. And so after this is over, I am so done with Priceless Memories. So there you go on that. So without further ado, let's enjoy this episode. And I'll see you for sneak peek previews for episode number 5 of sneak peek previews, which will be about a movie I'm going to see called Strays. This will be my very first radar film I want to see in theaters. Be right there with you in the book reviews episode. So, in honor of his death in memory of Bob Barker, we would like to appreciate what's going on next to this whole Priceless Memories. So far, when I told you this is a dedicated memory of this whole cold opening scene, which I talk about during book reviews, this is I've watched the last final years of his Price is Right and during my lifetime. In 2006, I recorded, or 2007 rather, I recorded his 50 years on television on DirecTV. But then all of a sudden, it was all there. So I'm not gonna I'll talk more about his recaps and thoughts in the final part of the Priceless Memories book. But for now, let's finish it off with, let's do chapter 9, what's right about Price is Right, okay? Right now, so shall we? So we got, we're almost done with the book, speaking of which. I mean, right now we're 9 chapters of the 14 at the moment. Is that right? Yeah, 14. Yeah. So, right now, we're going to get cautious in this one. So, when I heard that he passed away, I was basically shocked. We'll talk about it the rest of his life in another episode, which is episode 37, okay? Right now, we're reading chapter 9 now. Shall we? So we got for us. Anyway, when I started doing the revived version of New Price is Right in 1972, the show was a minute smash success. Ratings were strong, attendance were robust, and the show popularity gained monumental rapidly, okay? Still, none of us could have predicted that the show would go on to be as the longest running game show in television history, okay? Many of us involved in the show continued to work with The Price is Right for decades, and decades on. Well, okay. That includes directors, producers, stagehands, cameramen, models, content coordinators, announcers, and of course, me, Bob Barker, of course. Anyway, that's a tribute not only to the success and long rivalry of the show, but also the fun we all had. Wow. Okay, then. The reason many of us continued to do the show for such a long time was because we all love it. Okay? When you do something that you love for, next page. Anyway. Okay. For work, there's indeed a blessing. We took pride in keep the show fresh and lively, okay? Lively. Leslie, something like that. I haven't announced this word. Sorry. We took the pride of the tremendous success of the show. Okay. One of the reasons of a fast-moving, always changing nature of Price. Okay. Was the number of games we had in the rotation. Okay. We continuously develop new games. Okay. The audience loved the variety, and of course, okay, people picked out their favorite games. And so looking forward to seeing them on the program. The financial concept of all the games was always based on price, okay? Okay, makes more sense anyway. We have always had many variations of so many fun sound effects, lights, bells, and automation props. It was a nail scope, something like that, and visual entertainment. Nonetheless, these games were carefully conceptualized, okay? We were continuing to brainstorm and experiment and try new things. Of course, we would play different games every day, okay? We were not only playing different games on prize each day, but we were in the same game. Each contestant was different with a different personality, okay? And the prizes changed, okay? And it made for an entirely different game, okay? Let's say you're playing chances with only one lady, okay? The next game you play, it's entirely become different because now you have a male contestant or a teenager or another woman with a completely different personality. Who knows? And the game changes completely with a different personality of a contestant. Okay? Now I have to press OK because there's one video complete. Okay? I used to say when you're watch Truth or Consequences, you never knew what was going to happen. Okay? So I was a host. I never knew what was going to happen. I felt the same way about Price is Right, okay? When I survived the show, they were handing me the list of games where we were going to play. I was going to them over and I knew how to play them. But I had no idea what might happen to contestants. I would not know until I got a contestant on stage, okay? And how his and her reaction and the audience reaction to contestants. Whoa. Okay. At that moment, I decided to, and which direction to go to get the most out of the game. Okay. If you never knew who are going to correctly go to the prizes, some people knew how them immensely well, and other people had very knowledge, okay, about them. But on the show, it did not make any difference. A ridiculous bid could be just as much fun as a courage bid, okay? So far as the crowd reaction was concerned, if you never knew who was going to win, excuse me, anyway, some people was going to knew the games very well, okay? And others looked panicked and confused, okay? But even those confused folks could surprise you, okay? I couldn't tell who was going to win, and having people walk off to the show on hordes of money and prizes, and I would never imagine them doing so well. This is the beauty of the show. Wow. Okay, then. Eventually, we have about 8 different games in rotation up for the show. I came up with several. Roger Dobwell, Liz, developed the most games. Our director, Bart S. Keynes, or something like that, was very creative, okay? Anyone who worked with Friends Media, something like that, now it's Friends Media, Fermental, something like that, could submit an idea for the game. And sometimes they work. The inspiration of the game's ideas came from various sources. For example, Plinko, which was one of those what my friend Alex Paris did. Plinko the game show, okay? based on an old arcade pinball-like game, okay, called Priceless, like that. Created by Frank Lane, okay? It has a debut in 1983, okay? Pinball was one to become one of the audience's all-time favorite games on The Price is Right. Wow. Everyone's had his all favorite games. Cliffhangers was a next page. Anyway, big hit with audience and contestants. Okay? People always love the clock game. Good one, anyway. One of the games always associated with the huge prizes with going rogue, okay? People screaming at the mention of the going rogue. Wow. Gave the contestant a chance to win 3 prizes. Wow. And the third prize was always something in the category of a Viper, okay? Naturally, that game, it led to tons of excitement from the audiences and contestants. Wow, okay. I didn't here have a favorite game, but I've thoroughly liked the games that have been gave me an opportunity to interact with the contestants a lot. And in doing so, to create excitement and laughter. 3 strikes, triple play, and into the bag fit in that category, okay? Okay, makes sense in any way. Anyway, in addition to games, the prizes and the showcases were an important part of prize, okay? Appeal to audiences. Cars were the most popular prize, okay? And then every year the cars get bigger, flashier, most glamorous, and most expensive, okay? The first car giveaway on Price is Right was a Chevrolet. Wow. There you go, okay? With a price tag of $2,600, $650 or something. Anyway, at this time went on, we have to remind game props to augment 5 numbers instead of 4, because we could get cars for the price of less than $10,000. Wow. At price, we knew that things were going to about an inflation. Wow. We'll still have to give away new cars, sports cars, Lamborghinis, all kinds of expensive luxury cars that were unusual. Wow, okay. Makes sense in any way. Anyway, and people went crazy over them. Wow. We gave away London visuals, Corvettes, and Chevrolets. Wow, okay. We give away that popular, expensive Dodge Viper. Wow. As I mentioned earlier, we have made the decision to give away only American manufacturer cars. Wow. The decision to give away only... excuse me, my favorite. This may have cost the show a little more, but we felt it was the right thing to do. To show support the nation's industry to help promote American cars. Wow. This showed some of the foreign companies were offering cars at lower prices like that, and offer us substantial discounts on cars like that. We stuck in our guns, and it all worked out. Wow. There are plenty of beautiful American cars that were usually received our contestants. As Miami rising agitation and concerns may become more intense, I was able to enable certain changes in the Price is Right. By the early 80s, on the other hand, the show was no longer given away to the level products as prizes. Wow. We stopped giving away aquariums and fishing equipment. Exactly. And for years, I ended the show with help control the pet population, have your pets spayed or neutered. Exactly, Bob. These are not critical changes of manufacturers for the show. It always has byproduct like increased awareness and involvement with the animal rights. I respect for my beliefs and my vegetarianism. Stop putting meat on the grills and barbecues that will we gave away. They would have vegetables sitting on the grill. It may sound like a minor thing, but it was a wonderful gesture, a separate statement, and a sign of constructions on the part of the staff. Exactly. Anyway, showcase with the often dominant stat pieces, and our staff did a separate job putting those displays together. People like to look at the Price is Right and think that the show is simple and reality, something like that. Happy now. Anyway, easy to produce. There was give the deal of preparation, like that, far more than most people imagine in bringing everything together to produce the show. It was a fast-moving show, makes sense anyway, which makes it difficult for the cameraman and the challenge for the stagehands who were constantly shuttling props, games, and prizes around the set. The cameramen and other technicians, announcers, models rehearsed the presentation of the show. Next page. Anyway, cases and prizes. And I didn't attend the rehearsals, but the others, they were the crucial part of the presentations. Okay? The live shows alone are a challenge when you dealing with the abominations games and the huge prizes. Okay? All things happen stumbles like that. Move and store. Okay? No less, when the Price is Right went on the air, it was immediately restorable in the party atmosphere. Wow. And the explanation, I mean, that's the word. Excuse me. Anyway. Visualization was emphasis, okay? The audience energy fueled the contestants. The contestants' energy fueled the audiences, okay? The contestants' energy fueled the audience, and everyone, including the staff of the show and myself, could feed up the energy and reaction of the crowd. One of the best complaints I ever received, and as a host in the shows, is related to energy level, okay? I'm in the games and excited as I could, as I try to make Price a daily special event. But a frequent comment from different executives as a network or people in the industry was that the energy level in our studio, okay? Makes sense? Was the highest they ever seen. They would say, I watched this show, and you have been doing this 25 years. Wow, okay. And you come out with every day and make it look like their upset first day of the show. That complaint meant I was earning my money. Wow, okay. That was when I worked with Forrest at Trooper Consequences and The Price is Right. I figured we were going to do it. I was going to do it as well. I could do it that day. I would often say that the folks who's in the dressing room, we'll be talking about doing something, and I will say, all right, it's time to go. Let's get out there now. And let's do this, and just as though it'll be opening day. And away we go. We would go, something like that. I don't know. That's okay. Speaking of which, anyway. You would do that when you're enjoying something. Exactly. Anyway. If you do not like the show or you do not want to be there, then you should find another job. Exactly. I love doing both TRC and Price. So do my colleagues. Exactly. And it showed. The party would start in the audience's line and outside the studio. People come from all over the country to attend the show. That's all races, all ages, all initial levels. And together they were having a party out there. They would be dancing, telling jokes, telling stories, getting to know each other. On the show, everyone was cheering each other on. Okay? There was something inspiring and uplifting about that. Eventually, we were not solving the world's problems. thank God for that. Anyway, but just seeing so many different kinds of people, everyday people, and coming together in such a fabulous mood for ruining. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spit that. But anyway, for ruining each other on this what was a tremendously encouraging sight. Once the audience of 325 or so came into the studio, the party stands by. I wanted to maintain the energy and so action something like that. One way I did that to keep talking with the audience during commercials and stop down. I learned early on to keep the audience engaged and keep the energy level up. On many shows during the break, the host would step off and let the announcer take over. I never did that. Good. Oh, no, not good, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, what you do your thing, Bob. Anyway, I did not want to let the audience relax. That's fine. Anyway, I want to keep them ready to play the next game. Okay, that's fine. What are we gonna say, Bob? Anyway, I did not want to let them get tired, distracted. That's good. I wanted to keep them up with me. That was when we started the next game. And I was all pumped and excited. Exactly. I had people where have been in television for years tell me they have never seen anything else do what I did. Stay out there, the room, around and talking with the audience during the breaks. I have found myself getting them laugh, talking about anything and everything, filling questions, getting to know next page. Anyway, we're almost done. Let's see how much longer is this chapter. Let me see. Okay, it was done. Okay, it was almost done. So there you go. Anyway, telling for them. Anyway, every little thing. So I have making an impact on. I remember one time in the end of the show, we have the winner's friends come up on stage to celebrate his victory. Okay. One of the men had a baseball cap on. Okay. He put it in my hands. Immediately, I turned around and wore it backwards. Wow, okay. The audience have simply with the old man trying to regain his youth. Wow. I have often said that success of The Price is Right was to observe the anyway, involve the audience and the contestants. That and the fast-moving nature of the show, people think game shows are easy. Exactly. They are not. Oh, wow, okay. First of all, you have to have strong basic compromise in the game show to succeed. Now, at the time, yes, Michael Larson have lost gained CBS's money in 1984 when Price first got him as a contestant on CBS in 1984. So I think he stole CBS's money at the time. So for $110,000, like, jeez, I don't think that'll work, man. Anyway, but that's not gonna point about this book. But anyway, moving on. Anyway, some people think they are having a weak premise, but they have dancing girls and flashing lights. The show can succeed. It does not work. Good. Okay. Just press OK while you're at it. Well, in this video, I finished exploring the time. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. The television audience, the game show is more comedy-wise. My dad having announced this word. Sorry. Than the most people realize. If the show was not offering generalized entertainment, they're not going to be to watch it. Wow. Another sign of popularity imitation and their national edition of Price is Right that were produced in 28 countries. Wow. Revitalizations of some of the B's Fortune production spent a week or two with us. Learn how we did it. did things, okay? Before they tried to produce their own shows, The Price is Right was among the highest rated shows in England and Italy, and to continue to put popular around the planet. Wow, okay. When I first started during True for Consequences, the Academy did not have Emmys for that daytime television at the time. Okay, wow. Later on, they did True for Consequences in syndication, and the Academy did not have Emmys for syndication programs. Wow. It was only once that I began doing Price is Right that I began eligible to win an Emmy Award for daytime television. I received my first Emmy win for the 1982 season. Wow. And it was just after my wife had passed away. Wow. I regret that I did not get at least one while she was with me. That's because she had been such an important part of me getting any. Wow. Without her, I would not have any received even one. Wow. After doing even everything possible would help me, Darby Joe saw me get my first national show, True for Consequences. Wow. Wow. Without her, I never have received even one. After doing anything possible to help me, Darby Joe saw me to give the first national show, True for Consequences. Okay. Anyway, she was there with me for the Price is Right as well. Some long list of specials as well. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway, sorry about that, everyone. Speaking of Emmys, I gotta know Alex Trebek, the late Alex Trebek. Wow. Okay. The long host of Jeopardy! In the Emmys, who passed away in 2020. I found him to be very bright and fun fellow. I was always thought he did Jeopardy! Extremely well. The creator is Merv Griffin, and the announcer of the Jeopardy! Run is Johnny Gilbert. At the time, yes, he's still announcing Jeopardy! And since he's in mid-90s now, so he's still doing this is Jeopardy! At the time, thinking, okay, makes more sense. Anyway, but moving on. I thought he Anyway, he did perfect casting, just right for the show. He impressed viewers as beautiful Chris was my dad. He is pleasant, he had a fine voice. Always thought he did a perfect choice for Jeopardy! Same with Robert Fleming, by the way. Well, there's 5 hosts now since Bob Barker left us. There's Mike Richards, who was not back then, was the executive producer with Drew Carey Run. There's Mon Bollick and Ken Jennings, the 34 winning streak for Alex Trebek Run at the time. Now the host of Jeopardy! Now. But anyway. And it must have been because the show has been so successful. Yes, exactly. I'll get to the book he wrote on it's the only book for Jeopardy! For Alex Trebek another time. But anyway, when I retired, Alex wrote me a beautiful letter. He sent it to me about a month before the last show. He said in the letter, as I approach my 50th year on the business, I'm able to do more, fully appreciate the tremendous accomplishments. Wow. I'll talk about it now. Alex Trebek was born in Canada in 1940, but he did this in the United States in the 70s. He first doing television in the 60s in the Canada country, but then he moved to Canada in the 70s and just moved on to do High Rollers, Double Dare, and then Classic Concentration, and then he just did Jeopardy! Very well. So until he just died in 2020 of November from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. If you watch this video, it's for you, buddy. So there you go. Anyway, I'm able to do more fully appreciate the tremendous accomplishments of your half century. Wow. I congratulate you. Wow. It was a wonderful gesture in this part. I was very touched. he also sent a generous check for the GJ&T Foundation. Wow. This meant a lot to me as well. Wow. On the subject of other hosts, I always adored Art Liggender. Wow. Okay. When I was first starting out working with the KTTS radio station at Springfield, Missouri, Linklater was doing House Party on CBS. Oh, wow. I used to hear his show every day. Next page. Anyway, when I was working my chef, okay? When I heard his voice, the thing that came to my mind was a stream bounding down a mountain. In that wonderful voice, he was talking to his home, his family, and was because they couldn't be doing. It's brighten your day, just listen to him. Years later, when he was a guest in True for Consequences, he told me backstage, I've been watching you, kid. Wow. You're going to be around a long time. And he did for 99 plus years on Earth. There goes 100 that time frame. You feel me? Because I admire him immensely, something like that. He was an executive guest on the show as well. Roger Marks is another host I admire. He's also a guest on Truth. Wow. He said, you know, when I watch you, I even waiting for you to act like one of our game show hosts. But you never do. I took that as a huge compliment because when he became a game show host, he did, you bet your life, he did not act on other game shows host ever, either. The Price Right juggernaut of success rolled on. We passed milestone after milestone, millions of dollars in prizes, money, handed out. We all got our 500 show and actually logged 600,000 500 shows. Wow. Before I retired. We passed concentration once the long game show. And in 2001, the TV guy called the Price is Right the #1 game show of all time. There was a primetime evening specials, okay? There was anniversary shows. I was pleased that they were able to do shows dedicated to military servicemen and women. There was so they're very popular, okay? We featured the different branches of military. We had audience made up entirely of military personnel, something like that. It was our way to pay tribute to them. It would receive bundles of letters to thanking us. We also did shows honoring the police and fire department personnel. We have been involved in rescue and recovery efforts after the Pentagon was World Trade Center attacks in 9/11. Okay? There's also very special shows. You all felt proud to be associated with them. And at each year passed, there were changes and differences that were evident in price. The fundamentals of our successes remain the same. We have newer games and gadgets and devices. We have modern props and prices, filming and editing and sound technologies improved, something like that. We have rolled out dozens of new games, but the show remained focused on the contestants and concept we always been on price, based on prices. Wow. Okay. The audience dressed differently, wore his hair differently, and general became much more costly attire, something like that. First time I interviewed and the attractive young lady, and I realized that her tongue was pierced. Wow. I knew that at the time it had passed me by. Wow. I've said that the biggest change to Price is Right over the years was color of my hair. Wow. They have tinted my hair for years. When tin began to cause my hair to be blue, they dyed my hair instead. After a period of time, dyeing gave me my hair a red cast. Neither was attractive. But in 1987, I went on vacation and let my hair go gray. And when I came home, everyone agreed that it looked better gray than Tanner dyed. Wow. So that gray will be. But we have tape ahead. It was on a Tuesday, I have dark hair. And on Wednesday, my hair was gray. I got a card from a man in the Midwest who wrote, "Bob, you must have had one hell of a night." Wow. We'll have 2 more pages left of the book, and we'll wrap things up. And then we'll dedicate Bob Barker with at least 5 more episodes to finish it up, and we're 6 more episodes, and we're done with this book right here. It says this. It was a real originality for the time. I did not think there's another gray-haired game show host on the air then. But I felt good about it. The audience felt good about it. And we march in the future. Makes sense anyway. Anyway, and I said this before. People see me on television, and because I have never been on anyone other than Bob Barker. Wow. I mean, never assume another character. They felt that they know the real me. Yes, exactly, Bob. And when I came out with my silver hair, it was different. It was no different. When they see it was a gay guy, the viewers hardly approved. When I did, true for consequences, okay? Shows at remote locations, we always shot Price Right at CBS Studios in Hollywood. Price would always be in my props and games and prizes. It's not as an easy show to travel. But we tried to, one time, we decided to do a show in Las Vegas in 2002. Wow. And the Royal Hotel. The crowd that descended the hotel in hopes again to see the show, the spark larger than what the hotel was. And stage ships like that. It was established that 10,000 people filled the hotel and sidewalks. Wow. Okay. For blocks around the hotel, initially, crowd control was a problem. That huge gathering was also exciting, tangible, and probably the Price is Right. I was in bed when my phone rang about 4 a.m. in the morning. It was exciting at the hotel. He said we had a problem. We have 10,000 people here for your show. Wow. You don't have a problem, I said. You have a problem when you have only a few people at the show. This is wonderful. And I went back into bed. But then I told him there was nearly 1,000 people roaming around the hotel at 4:30 in the morning trying to get in the line for tickets. Wow. And we're not shooting another until evening. Crowd grew and more broke, and eventually police had to call to handle the crowd. In the scene, there was a problem, but the problem that tried to be attention to coast, and that's good. After Mark Goodson passed away, Price was sold to All American Television. Then All American Television sold the show to Parental Media. Now it's Parental Media at the time. Said Vintage was executive of All American Television at the time and joined Fremantle. At the time it was called Fremantle Media. Fremantle purchased Price. Said was now executive producer of Price is Right. Now somebody else was executive producer of Price is Right. Replacing Sid, so there you go. He's a good friend and has always been helpful to me, professionally and personally. And I wish Sid most success with Price is Right for many years to come. Fortunate to say this, he left Price in the time frame. Anyway, he deserved it, and so did the folks who work with him on the show. So that was chapter 9 of the book. And to be honest with you, on The Price is Right, I'm going to say this, okay? I wanted to say that was a great chapter to read it off. It's so sad to me to say that he's gone with us, but overall, I have to admit this before we wrap things up, okay? he was a legend to everyone out there who's been great game show fans out there like me. But I did some Price is Right games on YouTube, but it's just heartbreaking for me to say it. But I'm gonna miss it. He's gonna be missed dearly. But I'm gonna read you 5 more chapters in the book, and then recaps and everything. Once we get to that, we are done with Priceless Memories. And after this, I'm going to be doing another book next year, because I'm not going to be able to do book reviews after this. So there you go. And that was episode number 31 of book reviews. Wow. We're getting close to 50 episodes of book reviews. So there you go on that. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be episode 32 of book reviews, which is chapter 10 of Priceless Memories. So there you go on that. Till next time, this is Just Bob Sababa. For more episodes, can be so. Sit out. See ya.